Hi, in this tutorial, we will learn how to build a financial plan for a SaaS company. The goal of this tutorial is to end up with a fully functional financial model that is comprehensive and easy to maintain. We will cover how to build a hiring plan, create a driver-based revenue model, and determine our monthly growth targets. Let's take a look at Acme's account after I've connected our financial accounts and did some simple bookkeeping and budgeting work. I have not started planning for future hires or revenue yet, so let's start with our current hiring plan. For this tutorial, I did not connect a payroll provider and will add my employees manually. To start, I expect a product launch coming in August, so I'm currently looking to hire for 2 additional engineers between June and July, and then maybe 1 every other month through January 2022 to quickly scale our product. After our product launch, I want to add some content marketers to help us develop marketing strategy and create content as well as help us generate leads. I'll add 1 in July to prepare for our product launch and 2 SDRs to help with lead generation for the remainder of 2021. Let's take a look at our financial report to see how things have changed with these updates. At a glance, I see that our runway decreased from 24 plus months to 12 months, and my year-end spending is around $110K. This is more than what I wanted, so let's go back to the hiring plan and make some adjustments. To make my budget work, I will remove 2 engineers, push out the September hire to November, and also remove the SDRs. I'll decrease the annual salary budget for the content marketer as I can work with someone more junior. Now my runway is at 15 months and my cash forecast looks better. With these new hires coming in, I also need to account for some overhead expenses. So let's go to the models feature. For variable expenses, I will create a model called variable expenses. The only overhead expense I plan to add are some computers for new hires and health insurance for my employees. So let's create some variable assumptions for that. I will set a budget of $2,000 for laptop and equipment expenses for new hires and $350 health insurance fees per employee. Next, I will create formulas to calculate my equipment expenses as well as my health insurance expenses. For laptop expenses, I can reference the variable I just created and multiply it to the built-in variable called new hires. And for health insurance expense, I will reference the variable health insurance per employee and multiply it to the built-in variable employee count. I see some values calculated, but I can scroll down to the table below to see if the numbers are accurate over time. The last step for variable expenses is to create an output to map it to the expense account on our financial report. Let's map equipment expenses to office supplies and health insurance expenses to employee benefits. Once I'm done, let's switch to the financial report view to see if my overhead expenses are being displayed correctly. Everything looks fine, so let's proceed to our revenue forecasting. Let's create a new model for our revenue. I'm planning for a product launch in August 2021, and the price will be a $200 subscription fee. I also expect that we will start with 15 customers in August, and let's say our monthly growth is at 25%. After the assumptions are in, let's create formulas to model for customer growth. I will create a formula for total customers and another for new customers. My total customers is simply my last month customers plus my new customers in this month. So I will reference my formula, total customers, and select it from the dropdown. If a variable references itself, it will use the value of the previous month. In this case, we use our last month's total customer and add the new customer variable. Next, we need to set up the formula for new customers. I will split the time segment here to show the initial 15 customers in August and then model out the growth variable. At the top, I will select the 15 initial customer variable, and on the bottom, I will put in last month's customer variable multiplied to the growth rate variable. Remember, to reference the last month variable, we use x minus 1. Now, let's round this number to get a nice whole number for new customers. Now, let's scroll down to the table view and see how our number of customers is changing over time. It seems that I forgot about my churn rate, so let's create a variable for the monthly churn rate and also set the formula. In this case, the formula calculation will follow the same as new customers, but I will reference to the churn rate variable instead of growth rate. On my total number of customers, I need to subtract my churn customer formula. My total customer growth model is looking good now. Let's calculate our monthly subscription revenue. Our monthly revenue is simply the monthly subscription price multiplied to the total customers. Remember, we still need to link our revenue onto an income account so it shows on our financial report. The only financial number on this model is monthly revenue, so we will map that onto our income account. Let's now go back to the financial report and see how it looks. We can see that our runway have increased to 24 plus months and our MRR is at 87K as of December 2022. With the revenue added in, I can go back to my hiring plan and add in some additional hires. I will add another content marketer and another software engineer in mid-2022.